Morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
Right. I will do a brief reminder. Last day, what we discussed last week is we started electronic spreadsheet. So normally we are working with Microsoft Excel as a electronic spreadsheet. Right. We use electronic spreadsheets mostly to do our calculations and accounting purposes. So we can do some graph charts and we can analyze data. Those things we can do from electronic spreadsheet. අපිට electronic spreadsheet එකකින් graphs අපිට අඳින්න පුළුවන්, data analyze කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේ ගොඩක් දේවල් accounting purposes වලට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? Then we discuss about what is a cell, right? So what is the meaning of a cell is so intersection of column and row we call it as a cell. අපි මේක cell එකක් කියලා ගත්තොත්, right? This is the intersection of this column H. Let's say, right? And row 6. So this point is a cell. This is the example. Intersection of column H and row 6. So vertical things we call it as columns. Horizontal we call it as a row. The rows you can see it's mentioned in numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. But columns it mentioned in ABCD English alphabetic letters, right? So it goes like this: A B C D E F G H and double A, then A B A C A D, right? So like that, it continues from English letters, right? So that's how column and row specified in this electronic spreadsheet or Microsoft Excel, right? Then we discuss about this name box. Can you remember this one? So what is the purpose of having this name box here? What is there in this name box? Can you tell me someone? මේ name box එකේ මොකද්ද include වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මෙතන? Can you tell me someone? What is included in this name box here? Yes? Anyone? If you don't know, tell me. Right? Lakindu, Sandeepa, Dinara. So normally what is in there? This in name box. I told you last week. This is important. Next එකක් දාන්න බලන්න. කවුරු හරි දන්නවද? A name box contains the cell address of the cell. So let's say I will click this cell D3, right? So you can see D3 is there now. D is the column name, 3 is the row number. Column name, row number like that. Right? When you come to this place, this is H3. Once you click this one, right? This place as H3, which is column, 3 is row, right? Then if you click this place, this becomes B7. B is the column name, B column, and row number is the 7. Then the cell address is B7. Cell address will be appeared in this name box. This is the place of name box. Remember that one. It is important. Okay? Understood? Right. Then we discuss about formula bar. You can say this is the formula bar. So once you write some formulas in your cells, it will appear in this formula bar. Let's say I will type some numbers 50, 30, 20. Right? Now I will write some formula here. Type equal. I want to add these three numbers. So if you want to add these three numbers, don't use numbers. Instead of numbers, you can use the address of the cell. So equal address of the cell is F6. F6. If you want to add these things, you have to use plus sign. I will tell you these functions and formulas later. Right? Then you have to add this F7. You can type like this F7 plus you can type or you can just press the cell, then it will be appear here, right? F8, then press enter, right? So this is the sum of these three numbers. You will appear the sum. But the formula you can't see here. So it will display in the formula bar, right? මෙන්න මේ formula bar එකේ තමයි ඒක display වෙන්නේ. මෙතන cell එකේ පෙන්වන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි මේ cell එක double click කරොත් ඔයාලට මේ formula එක පෙන්නනවා. Right? If you want to change something, so you can just change from this formula bar easily, right? No change kara. Or even you can double click this one and change what you want, right? So that is the purpose of having this formula bar. So every formula function you type in these cells, it will be appeared in this formula bar. Right. Any questions, students? මොන හරි තේරෙන්නේ නැද්ද දෙයක් තියෙනවද? Is it okay?
No, sir.
Right. Sandeepa, Dinara, okay නේද?
Okay, sir.
Right. And we discuss about what is a cell range. When you select some range of cells, let's say this range we call it as a cell range, right? Cell range. අපි මෙහෙම select කරනවා නම් cell range එකක් අපි එකට කියනවා cell range එකක් කියලා. ඊට පස්සේ අපි කතා කරා formatting tools එක එක අපි cells කොහොමද format කරන්නේ නැත්නම් cells වල තියෙන content එක change කරන්නේ colors change කරන්නේ font types වෙනස් කරන්නේ ඒ ඔක්කොම අපිට පුළුවන් formatting tools වලින් අපිට අවශ්‍ය විදිහට වෙනස් කරගන්න. උදාහරණයක් විදිහට මම table එකක් create කරනවා මේ වගේ. name, grade, year. From the formatting tools, you can format the fonts from like this. Just click the cell that you want to format. And if you want to change the font type එක ඔයාලට වෙනස් කරන්න ඕන නම් මේකේ ඔයාලට මේකේ අවශ්‍ය font එක select කරන්න පුළුවන් මෙන්න මෙයා. right? ඒ select කරපු font එකට අදාළව මේක change වෙනවා. right? එතකොට මේ තුනම එක font එක දාන්න ඕන නම් පුළුවන්. තුනම එකපාර select කරලා මේ වගේ අවශ්‍ය font එකක් right? If you want to change the color, font color, you have to use this A drop down. Then you can change the font color. If you want to change the fill color, select and you can fill any color from this color palette, right? If you want to set the borders to this area, you can just select the cell range, select this cell range, and from this, put all borders, right? Now, this something interesting, eh? So like that, you can format your cells accordingly. You can bold this font as well from the B, bold, or you can underline, and you can do it italic, slightly angle. There is a slight angle once you click this I italic. So this font will be slight angle. පොඩි angle එකක් එනවා අපි italic කරපු ගම. මේ විදිහට ඔයගලන්ට ඕන විදිහට cells format කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Cell formatting tools වලින්. Right? So then we discuss about alignment tools. අපිට cell එකේ content එක අපිට අවශ්‍ය විදිහට align කරගන්න ඕන අපිට we can use this alignment tools, right? So I click this one and use this left align, right? Left align. Or you can select the whole one and select left align, or you can select middle align or right align, right? So you can do whatever the alignment you want to do with this cells you using this alignment tools. It's very easy. Then I discuss how to merge two cells. merge කරනවා කියන්නේ අපි cells දෙකක් එකට එකතු කරන එකට merge කරනවා කියලා කියනවා. අපිට ඕන නම් vertically merge කරන්නත් පුළුවන් නැත්නම් horizontally merge කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. vertically merge කරනවා කියන්නේ right? උදාහරණයක් විදිහට මේ cells දෙක මට merge කරන්න ඕන. right? I want to merge these two cells. What I'm going to do is select the two cells and there is option merge and center. Once you merge this one, the two cells become one. මේ cells දෙකම එකක් වෙනවා merge කරාම. ඒක vertically අපි merge කරා. Right? Then you can do horizontal merge as well. මම මෙන්න මේ cells දෙක එකක් කරනවා. cells දෙක select කරලා merge කරනවා. Right? Then these horizontal two cells will become one cell. ඒ විදිහට අපිට cells merge කරන්න පුළුවන් merge option එකකින්. Right? Those things we discussed last week. Any questions up to now? දැන් අපිට cells ඕන නම් delete කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ වගේ අපිට columns විදියට ඕන නම් delete කරා මේ columns දෙක select කරා right click from the mouse and just delete, right? Then content of the cells will be deleted. Any questions up to now? No නේද? Right. ඊළඟට අපි අද බලමු. So there are different numbering options for the numbers in the content of our cell. අපි මේ cells වල අපි එක එක numbers use කරනවා. උදාහරණයක් විදිහට මම මෙතන use කරලා තියෙනවා grade එකට grade 8 7 6 like that. year එකට numbers use කරලා තියෙනවා. So you can specify some numbering formats to your content. So when it is a date, right? So I can put a date here. If it is a date, you can choose a date time format from the numbering format. I will tell you how to select that one. And percentage, right. So there are several numbering formats and let's say amount. Right. Normally, when we use normal numbers for a general purpose, let's say this 876 is general numbers නේ. So normal numbering format. එතකොට අපිට මේ column එකට මෙන්න මේ numbers format එක විතරක් එනවා නම් අපිට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් general තියන්නත් පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් මෙන්න මේක select කරන්න මෙතනින්. අදාළ column එක නැත්නම් අදාළ cell එක select කරා. right? මෙන්න මෙතන තියෙනවා general කියලා place එකක්. එතන drop down list එකක් තියෙනවා. අපි මෙතන click කරාම ඒක drop down list එකක් එනවා. මෙතනින් මේ column එකේ අපිට තියෙන data වලට අදාළ නැත්නම් numbers වලට අදාළ day number format එක අපිට select කරන්න පුළුවන්. If this is a only number, you can use this number, just number, right? So then this will appear like this. If you want to keep it in general type, right, you can choose this format in general, or you can use this number, right? දැන් මේ number එකේ automatically ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා decimal points. අපි දශම ස්ථාන ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. මේ දශම ස්ථාන වලට වෙනස් කරන්න ඕන නම් නැති කරන්න ඕන නම් නැත්නම් තව එකක් වැඩි කරන්න ඕන නම් මෙන්න මෙතන පුළුවන් අපිට මේ ඔප්ෂන් එක සිලෙක්ට් කරන්න. අදාළ සෙල් රේන්ජ් එක සිලෙක්ට් කරා මෙතන තියෙනවා මෙන්න මේ increase decimal or decrease decimal, right? මෙන්න මේක ක්ලික් කරාම decimal points ටික automatically decrease වෙනවා නැත්නම් අඩු වෙනවා. නැත්නම් මේක ක්ලික් කරාම අපිට decimal points වැඩි කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ විදිහට, right? So you can increase or decrease decimal points from this place, right? I choose the number format, then I decrease my decimal points from this decrease decimal option, right? This is the normal general number format, right? Then let's say you want to add some currency. මට දැන් currency එකක් select කරන්න ඕන. මම දැන් amount එකක් මම නිකන් දලවශයෙන් දාන්න. 1500යි 2500යි 3000යි. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ මම values ටිකක් දාන්නේ මේක මම use කරන්නේ currency වලට. ඒ කියන්නේ මම මේක මොකක් හරි මූල්‍යමය වටිනාකමක් financial data එකක් මම මෙතන enter කරන්න යන්නේ. සාමාන්‍ය අපි rupees නැත්නම් ලංකාවේ නම් rupees Australian US or Australian dollars. If it is America, USD. So how to change this currency type? I can select this column or select the specified cells, right? Then you go to this general place and click the drop down. Here you can set the currency as currency, numbering type as currency, right? You can see it will appear like this beautifully with the currency type as rupees and with the with this format it will appear. එතකොට අපිට පැහැදිලි මෙතන මෙන්න මේ currency type එකෙන් ලස්සනට අපිට එතකොට ඕන කෙනෙකුට identify කරගන්න පුළුවන්. So this is the some financial value, currency value, right? So you can change this currency type as well. If you are working with the Australian dollars or USD, you can change this rupees to dollar mark, dollar sign. This is the rupee sign. I want to change this to dollar sign. How can I do it? Do this one. Just right click the cell column and you go to format cells, right? So I am in the currency tab. Here you can change the symbol, right? Change the symbol. I'll change this to dollar mark and press OK. Now this becomes $1,500, $2,500, $3,000, like that. If you want to do it in dollars. Or else I'm going to change this to rupees. Same way I right click this one, go to format cells and I'll select from here to rupees and press OK. Then it becomes a rupee value, right? That is the purpose of having this currency number format. Or we can use this accounting format, right? It's same as similar to currency format, right? Same as currency format. We can use this currency format to accounting format to display some monetary value. අපි කියනවා මූල්‍යමය වටිනාකමක් පෙන්වන්න ඕන නම් අපිට accounting type එක හරි currency type එක හරි අපිට පෙන්වන්න පුළුවන්. currency or accounting. Right? Okay. So let's say I want to type a date here. Let's say uh, tunai right? So I have typed this some dates, but when you are entering some dates, it is better to have a date numbering format. So therefore, you can select this cell and you can select this place. So you can choose short date or long date. So the format should be changed to short date or long date, right? Then you can right click this cell and go to format. Here I have select the date format. Then from here you can change the type that you want to see this date, right? අපිට මේ dates ටික බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් format එකක් ඕගොල්ලෝ මෙතනින් අවශ්‍ය format එකක් select කරන්න පුළුවන්. උදාහරණයක් විදිහට මේ විදිහට. right? එතකොට අපි format එක select කරලා තියෙන්නේ මෙහෙම, right? එතකොට අපි date එක end කරනකොට automatically එයා change කරගන්නවා අපි දීපු format එකට, right? So you can change the format again like this as well. අපිට මේ month එකයි date එකයි විතරක් පෙන්වන්න ඕන නම් so you can change this to month and date. Then it will appear only month and date. It will not display the year, right? So to do that, you have to keep this numbering format as to short date or long date, right? So go to format cells. You can change the way that you want to see this content like this. This is how you can use the date numbering format. It is used to use some date in your data. Table එකේ හරි නැත්නම් column එකේ cell එකේ ඔයාලට මොන හරි date එකක් mention කරන්න ඕන අපිට මේ date format එක use කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? So then if you want to have a percentage, let's say හිතමු 0.5 0.2 but I want to mention this detail as a percentage. If you want to mention this as a percentage, අපි දන්න percentage mark එක මෙන්න මේ විදිහට, right? This is a percentage, right? Then you can select this column and put this into percentage, right? Then this content will be displayed as a percentage. 5%. So you can double click this cell and you can change any detail. No? 2%. 4% like that, right? So then this is a percentage numbering format. If you want to add a time to your sheet, let's say, mm, if you want to add a time, you can use this column and you can select time format and you can enter the time 3, say 3 p.m. Then it will automatically set this data to the time format, right? 3:30 a.m. Right? Like this, you can see it will automatically change this into time format. ඒ වගේ අපිට time එකක් දාන්න ඕන නම් මේ වගේ time format එක අපිට select කරලා අපිට අවශ්‍ය time එක මෙතන ඕන edit කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Right? Edit. Whether it is AM or PM, you can change. So this is nicely organized now to the time numbering format. So when you want to set your data as a fraction, you know, භාග සංඛ්‍යා වගේ කියලා, if you want to display it as a fraction, you can use this fraction numbering format. So you can select fraction, right? Uh, like this, you can display your data as a fraction. Even I type like this, 0.5. So this will convert to fraction. That means half, right? අපි data එක මොන විදිහට enter කළත් එයා convert කරගන්නවා fraction එකක් විදිහට. 2.3. 2.3 means 2, 7/2. මේ විදිහට එයා convert කරගන්නවා fraction එකට. Right? So then you can see if it is a scientific number. So you can select this scientific option. If I enter numbers, it will be convert into this number into some kind of scientific format. සාමාන්‍ය scientific numbers පාවිච්චි කරන්න ගොඩක් scientific operations වලට. So it will convert this numbers into scientific type numbers. When we select this number in type 2 scientific format. Right, these are some basic numbering formats that you can use in your worksheets, right? Date, percentage, amount, time, fraction, and scientific. And you can use general number and you know, so you can change the any content of these cells to suit your requirement. Right. Any questions, students, up to now? ඒතර හැම වෙලේම අපි දැනගන්න ඕනේ මේ අපි වෙනස් කරන content එක අපි select කරලා ඉන්නේ ඉතින්. So whether it is a column or it is a row. row එක විතරක් select කරනවා නම් මේ විදිහට row එක මෙතනට ගිහලා select කරන්න ඕන. column එක change කරන්න ඕන නම් column එක select කරලා ඉන්න ඕන. නැත්නම් specific cells වලට විතරක් apply වෙන්න ඕන නම් just you can select this cell range and apply your numbering format. Select the cell range and apply numbering format. Right? Okay. I think you are clear about this one. Right. Then we are moving to very important area, right? So we are going to discuss about spreadsheet formulas. Spreadsheet formulas. To do that, I'll use some uh, data to show you clearly what we can do from spreadsheet formulas, right? So I will use some data like this. Let's say uh, කනේද අපි මට අවශ්‍ය විදිහට මම මේකේ general number තිබ්බ එක මම general කරලා format එක වෙනස් කරනවා. So you can change your numbering format to you suit your requirement, right? Right. Uh, so what are the formulas that we can use in spreadsheet software? So and what is the meaning of the formula, right? So this is like this. Let's say I want to calculate the total of these four numbers and I want to put total to another cell. මම මේ numbers වල එකතුව මට අවශ්‍යයි. ඒ එකතුව මට වෙන cell එකකට ගන්නත් අවශ්‍යයි. එතකොට අපි කොහොමද කරන්නේ? Right? Simply, if you want to get the total of these four numbers to this cell, මම මේක පැහැදිලිව මම මේක පොඩ්ඩක් color කරනවා. Right? Right. Then I can write a formula to this cell. Just click this cell. So normally, when you write a formula to a cell, remember to put equal sign before writing the formula. Remember to put the equal sign before writing the formula. Now I am going to add these four numbers, right? So this is the formula that I'm going to write to this cell, right? I want to add this 100, then I click this one. දැන් මම equal sign එක මෙතන දාලා මේ cell එකේ තියෙනවා. Then I can go to this place and I can just click this one. Then it will automatically appear the cell address of this one. Then I can simply type plus from the keyboard, and again I can just click this one. Again type plus, click this one, again type plus, click this one. This is my formula I have written to get the total of these four numbers, and finally I press enter, right? Now you can see the total of these four numbers will be displayed in this cell. අපිට මේ numbers තුනේ හතරෙම එකතුව මම මේ cell එකට ගත්තා. So this is how we use formulas in spreadsheet software. So the total you can take to any cell that you want, right? So let's say I will keep the total to this cell, equal, press this one, plus, press this one, plus, press this one, plus, press this one, and finally put press enter, right? So why this becomes as percentage? I selected whole cell as whole the column as the percentage numbering format. Therefore, this also becomes in percentage mark. So then I just want to uh, change the numbering format. I'll change the numbering format to general. Here I just click this cell only. මම මේ cell එක විතරයි අන්න click කරේ. මේක විතරක් select කළා මම ඒ cell එක විතරක් numbering format එක මම general එකට නැත්තම් මේක මට convert කරනවා number format එකට. Right? So you can take this total to any where you want. Right? Then as I said earlier, once you type a formula to this cell, it will appear in the formula bar. You can see here, it will display in the formula bar, right? So this is the total of these numbers, right? So then I want to subtract. මට අඩු කරන්න ඕනේ. අපි හිතමු මේ amount එකෙන් මේ amount එක අඩු කරනවා. මම මේ තව amount එකක් මෙතන දාන්න. අපි හිතමු let's say 50, right? So I want to just subtract 50 from this 100, and I want to display that amount in this cell, right? I want to display that result in this cell. So what you want to do first, type equal sign, press this cell to get the cell address of this uh, point, and use the subtraction, and then press this 50 and press enter, right? Then this will display the subtraction of 50 from 100. The result is 50. It will display here, right? Understood? Right? So likewise, I can do division, or I can divide. Let's say I will divide 100 from 50, and I want to put this result to this place. I use equal sign, select 100, use the backslash, keyboard එකේ backslash එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් division එකට. And this press this one and press enter. Right? The result will be displayed here when we divide 100 from 50. Result is 2. Right? Then I can multiply, use multiply. I will multiply, let's say this place I will press 2. I will multiply this 200 by 2. Then how can I type this one? Press equal sign. Remember to press equal sign once you going to type a formula in your cell. Otherwise, you will not get the result. Equal sign එක නැත්නම් ඔයගලන්ට result එක හම්බෙන්නේ නැහැ අනිවාර්යෙන්. Equal sign එක type කර යුතුමයි. Type the equal sign with this cell and use the multiplication sign. This is star mark in the keyboard. සාමාන්‍ය multiplication එකට පාවිච්චි කරන key එක තමයි star mark එක keyboard එකේ. Press this star mark and then press this cell. Then you can get the result. Right? This is how you use formulas in your worksheet. Any questions? Understood or not? This is very important. Huh? Sandeep, හරිද?
හරි සර්.
Dinara, okayද? තේරෙන්නේ නැද්ද තියෙන නම් අහන්න. Right? ඒවට අපි කියනවා formulas කියලා. Addition and something and subtraction to subtract and division to divide and to multiplication to multiply. So for all kind of operations, we use these kind of uh, formulas to do our calculations. Right? හරි ලේසි. අපිට calculation එකක්, division එකක්, multiplication එකක් ඔක්කොම කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ අපේ formulas පාවිච්චි කරලා. Add, divide, subtract and multiply. These are the symbols we use to add plus mark, to divide, slash, to subtract, minus mark, to multiply, star mark from the keyboard. Right? It's equal. You can just press this cell and or you can just type here the cell address. Cell address of this place is C14. I can type C14 instead of pressing that cell. So then it will automatically highlight it, right? Then press plus make a cell address එමට ලියන්න පුළුවන් C15. C15. Then press enter. අපිට addition එක ගන්න පුළුවන්. Divide කරන්න නම් so I'll divide this by this, right? So it will come by rupees. I can change this number format to general. Subtract, use equal sign, subtract 100 from 200. So this becomes from time format. Therefore, I will change this to general, right? එහෙම දැන් ඕගොල්ලන් සමහරලාට කලින් ඇප්ලයි කරලා තිබ්බ number formats තිබ්බ නිසා ඕගොල්ලන් enter කරන data වලට එන්නේ මේ format එකෙන් එන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ඔයාලට කරන් තියෙන්නේ just click that particular cell and change the number format to your preference, right? And I'm going to do the multiplication. I will multiply this by this, right? Then you can get the multiplied by. This is the general formulas that we can use in our spreadsheet software, so we can use them easily. Are you okay with this? Uh, right. You can try these things from the spreadsheet software or Excel software, and you can check. So you can get the idea once you do the practicals. Practice එකෙන් මේක කරාම තමයි ඔයගොල්ලන්ට idea එක 100% ඔලුවට එන්නේ. Right? Right. Then I am moving to another most important area, right? So that is how to use functions in spreadsheet software. Finally, I will use those all the functions and formulas to one practical and show you how we are going to use those things practically with our spreadsheet software, right? So this is about formulas. Right. Then I am going to teach you about functions of what are the functions of spreadsheet software. What is the meaning of the function and how we use different kind of functions in spreadsheet software, right? So to do that, so now I am going to functions. Select these cells and I use merge functions. Right. I will type some numbers. I will select this area and put this into general. I'll type some numbers. මේ එහෙම වෙලා තියෙනවා අපිට මේක just click select this area and we can align නේ. මේක ඉගෙන ගත්තා. අපිට මේක ඕන විදිහට align කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? I will choose this center alignment. Right. දැන් අපි ඉස්සෙල්ලා ඉගෙන ගත්තේ formulas. add කරන්න, divide කරන්න, subtract කරන්න, multiply කරන්න. When you have this kind of long numbers අපිට මේ විදිහට ගොඩාක් දිග number set එකක් තියෙනවා නම් අපි හිතමු මේකේ අපිට total එක ගන්න ඕනේ. So it is difficult to type plus and add those things. Let's say if there are hundred and thousand numbers, so we cannot use this plus mark. It is difficult, right? Instead of we can use some specific function for that one, right? Specific function. What is that? So let's say I want to add these numbers together, right? And I want to put the total of these numbers to this cell. So what we can do, I can use a function. What is the name of function? Is sum, right? Sum. As formulas, when you are going to insert a sum, you have to use this equal sign. Every time you can use, you have to use the equal sign. Now I am going to place the function. Now I am going to place the function as sum, right? So when you type the sum keyword, it will display automatically as well. So then I can press this one as sum, right? Then you can place a bracket here, right? Place a bracket here. Now I can select all these numbers together, right? So let's say I can select this one, right? I have to select up to this point නේ. මේකේ ඉඳන් මේකට select කරන්න ඕනේ. How we can do this area or the range, right? You press the first cell and press this sign from the keyboard, double dot, right? Then press the last cell in that area and put the bracket and press enter, right? Put the bracket and press enter. Then you can get the total of the entire cell range. How do you get that one? Right? So once you click this place, you can see the function in the formula bar. අපි select කිව්වා. ඕනම අපි formula එකක් function එකක් cell එකේ type කරාම ඒකේ formula එක නැත්නම් function එක මේ formula bar එකේ පෙන්නනවා. So how do we get that? Equal sum the cell address of the first cell of the range. Cell range එකේ first cell එක. This is E19 double quotation and press or type the cell address of the last cell of the range, that is E27, right? So this is the function to get the total of this cell range, right? So this is for sum, right? Then I want to get the average of this total numbers කොහොමද average එක සාමාන්‍ය හොයන්නේ මේ numbers ටික එකතු කරලා ඔක්කොම numbers ගානෙන් බෙදනවා උදාහරණයක් විදිහට දැන් මේකේ total එක අපි හිතමු 3000 කියලා 3000 බෙදන්න ඕනේ 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 වලින් 3009 වලින් බෙදුවා තමයි average එක එන්නේ but we can use a function to do that instead of manually finding the average. How do we do that? To find the average, right? As I used to find the sum or the total of the cell range, instead of sum, I can use the what? Average keyword. These are keywords. Average කියලා keyword එකක් තියෙනවා මේ Excel එකේ. So I can just type the average keyword as I select the cell range to find the sum, use the bracket. I can use the cell address of first cell is in the range. That means E19, E19, double quotation, and I can use the cell address of the last cell that is E27, E27, right? So when you type this one, the cell range will be selected. මෙහෙ වගේ select වෙනවා නම් ඔන්න ඔයගොල්ලෝ හරියටම cell range එක select කරලා තියෙනවා. Close the bracket and press enter. Right? Now the average of this cell range will be appear in this cell. So once you use these functions, it is very, very easy to find the sum average, right? Very, very easy. Just a 2 or 3 clicks that we want to do to get the final result. අපිට ලොකු වැඩ කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. මේ cell range එක අපිට ඉතාම ලේසියෙන් sum එක average එක හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද when you are dealing with large number of data set, it is difficult to use these kind of formulas, right? So then it is easy to use this kind of functions instead of formulas, right? The next one, I want to find the minimum value. Minimum value කියන්නේ අඩුම value එක මේ cell range එකේ. අපි හිතමු there are thousand number of data in this sheet, right? From the 1000 numbers, you have to find the minimum value from that 1000 numbers. So it is difficult to find one by one and select the minimum. Instead of that, there is a easy way to find the minimum from the cell range. How to do that? So I am going to put the minimum to this cell, right? As I said earlier, you have to type the equal sign and use the keyword min, minimum, right? As earlier, you can then select the cell range, right? Like this, close the bracket, right? Then it will automatically put the minimum value of this cell range. So you can see 30 is the minimum value out of this numbers. 30 is the minimum value. Like right, right, like that, we can find the maximum as cell. Maximum in this cell range. How to find the maximum? Use the keyword max, right? And select the cell range. So you can see 800 is the maximum number, maximum value out of this cell range. So you can get the result in a second. අපර ගන්නකින් result එක ගන්න පුළුවන්. Got it? Students, are you okay? If you want me to do it again, please tell me. Hindu, okay? ප්‍රශ්න මොනවද තියෙන්නේ මෙතන එක? So it is important to do this by yourself. So who can do this practical now or later? To find the maximum, to find the sum, to find the average. කාටද කරන්න පුළුවන්? So sometimes your teacher will ask you to calculate or get the average 40 students score or exam marks, right? So then you can use this kind of spreadsheet to do that one. It is easy, right? To get the sum, use equal sum, use the bracket, and just click the cell range like this. To get the average, equal sign, type average. You can just type the cell address G17, sorry, G19 is the first one, G19, and last one is G27. Press enter. This is the average. Minimum, equal sign, G19, G27. Maximum, equal sign, keyword max. This one. Max of this cell range is 125, right? Any questions, students? No? Are you sure? 100% okay. Yes, the no the. Nakidu.
Okay, sir.
Sandeepa?
Okay, sir.
Good. Dinara, what about you? Right, good. Right. Then, uh, so these are some kind of things we can do using this spreadsheet software or electronic spreadsheet, or this is Microsoft Excel, right? So like that, you can see there are a lot of things that we can do with this software. This software is very, very important. So we can use this software for our day-to-day life operations, right? So when you want to uh, keep your transaction data, that means your family expenses, as I said earlier. So you can keep records of all the transactions, all the payments you do, what are the incomes you get from your family, and what are the expenses. Finally, you can get a report by the end of month. So what is the expenses we have done, and what are the percentages that we have uh, compared. We can compare the percentages, how much we have expenditure to let's say foods, and we can compare the expenditure with the clothing, right? So we can analyze that data. So I will prepare some sample sheet for you by next week, and I will show you how to put the values to that sheet and update that data, and finally how you can get the reports. By next week, I will teach you how to get the reports from this spreadsheet software, and how to draw graphs. There are certain kind of graphs. Graphs කියන්නේ අපි එක එක type එකේ charts අපිට select කරලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. උදාහරණයක් විදියට I'll select this data set, and I can insert let's say this kind of right chart, right? It is easy to get charts, or you can get this kind of chart, right? From this graphical representation, this is a graphical representation of this data. මේ data set එකේ අපිට රූපමය දෙයක් තමයි මේ අපි chart එකක් නැත්නම් graph එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ. Instead of looking this data numbers, by looking at this graph or chart, so we can get some normal idea, right? So what is the biggest number here, right? Like that. So you can simply, easily draw charts or graph from your data set using these charts, right? Right. Okay, students, before going to charts, it is better to understand these basic things, and I'll propose you to do these things yourself. How to do the add formula, divide formula, subtract, multiply, right? Type some these kind of data to your cells and try to add, try to divide, try to subtract, try to multiply those data. And you can use these kind of functions, right? Sum, average, minimum, maximum. You can find the these kind of things from using functions and use different kind of numbering data types to your numbers and see what will happen when you select different kind of numbering formats, right? So you have to go to home tab and select this numbering formats to your preference, right? Okay, then I will stop from this point today. Now your time to ask some questions if there is some uncleared area or if you don't understand මොන හරි පොඩි හරි සැකයක් තියෙනවා නම් පොඩි හරි දෙයක් තියෙනවා නම් දැන් අහන්න පුළුවන්. 100% okay up to now. Lakindu, what is the lesson that you are doing in your school now?
Still the first one, sir.
Till first one, eh? Right. Sandeepage?
First one, sir.
First one. Dinara? Right? So then we can get a good knowledge about this. අතරම ළමයි මේක Excel එක හොඳට ඔලුවට දාගන්න හරිම ලේසි සහ අපිට මාරු විදියට වැදගත්. Very very important to our day to day life. සාමාන්‍ය Excels පාවිච්චි කරනවා දැන් ඕනම කෙනෙක්ගේ ජීවිතේට වැදගත් වෙන software එකක් තමයි Excel කියන්නේ. Electronic spreadsheet එක. ඒ නිසා මේ දේවල් ඉතාම වැදගත්. ඕගලන්ට සෑහෙන්න මේ වටිනවා මේ දේවල් ඉගෙන ගන්න එක. Right? Okay, students, then I will stop the class from that point and I will discuss how to add graphs to your worksheet or data sheet and how to create graphs, how to create different kind of graphs, right? So what is the use of different kind of graphs, right? So then I will put this video to your group and you can watch it again and get a proper idea what we discussed up to now, right? Okay. Okay, students, goodbye. Then we'll see you next class.
Goodbye, sir.
Right.
Bye, sir.